Chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Hey folks, this is Friday the 13th of May. And Glennie's not going to eat any breakfast. You want to know why? Because she's going to save the appetite for Cunningham and Margaret Ann. Claudia Cunningham and Margaret Ann. They're going to go to World Foods, which is supposed to be all vegan, and they're going to buy a great big takeout, and they're going to bring it here, and we're going to go out into the nice sunshine and Glennie's going to save her appetite for that. And how do I know these? When they were little girls, 8 years old, they were friends. And they used to watch the SS Gondor children's show together. And then one night, how many years ago was that? 68. Then one night, 68 years later, they came to a meeting of the Gondor Vegetarian Club. And here they are, both in their 70s now, and still very good friends. And we have seen each other maybe 10 times in the last 2, 3, 4 years. So they're going to bring all this food from Whole Foods in paper plates, no dishes to wash. Claudia Cunningham and Margaret Ann. There's a couple of things happened yesterday that were beautiful. If you want to know a classic example of helping others, well, Suzanne McCormick was getting very low in her minutes, and she was using them to help me by texting our friend Victoria in Troy. And she was using up her minutes fast. In the first of the month, too. A long way to months ago. So Glennie took her TLC, Tender Loving Care, cell phone, and filled it up with minutes from Straight Talk, filled it up with minutes until June the 20th, I think. And she lives way downstate, down around Yonkers. And your friend, Patricia Nichols, has relatives down there, and she was going down there yesterday, day before yesterday, and she took that new phone with all the minutes on it to Suzanne. And now Suzanne's all set. That's a classic example of helping others. You see the network there of helping others? Of course you see it. Another nice thing happened too. God always sends you somebody. God always sends you somebody. And when you're looking and waiting, you just stay quiet. And then watch whom God sends you. Well, it's a fascinating thing. And yesterday, God sent us Amy Diamond. And Amy did all kinds of good things for the enterprise here. She did the inventory for the kitchen cupboards, and it's about 20 cupboards. And she tried to do the inventory for the garage, great big expensive garage. And then she did 3 boxes of inventory on the museum boxes, the storage boxes, like the camcorders and like editing equipment and like uniforms. And then she swept the floors for us and washed them. And she cleaned up the bathroom for us. So at last Amy has a job and she will get a paycheck a week from today from Consumer Direct, which is hired by the insurance company that Medicaid bought. Medicaid bought an insurance company for Glendora, and they send them a premium, and the insurance company takes care of Glendora, and part of that is an employment agency that makes sure Glendora has 41 hours of aides every week, so that Glendora doesn't have to go to a nursing home. Dude, aren't those nice things to have happen? The jokes, the Bible passage, and the words to expand our vocabularies, and the hymn, those all came yesterday with your YouTube. And we don't know where the shows are disappearing. We put a whole bunch of shows up there, 35 of them. What, a couple of weeks ago? Now we can't find them on YouTube. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. We got rid of the ego. Selfishness is not allowed. We want you to have it. Peace that passes understanding. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. Now, what show number is this? This is number 13,675. And it is Friday the 13th of the year 2022. Hey folks, Amy, would you give us the cue? 5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, oh, good. Now, our friend Amy has just joined us, and she's a wonderful asset. And she wants to read to you our article that was in the Advertiser newspaper, our hometown newspaper in southern Rensselaer County, New York.
Okay, this is the Advertiser from Thursday, May 12th, 2022.
Yes, honey. Would you stand behind the camera?
Okay.
All right. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. Blow.
Okay, Glendora Vegetarian Club. The Glendora Vegetarian Club is now 10 years old. It started at Nassau Free Library when Catherine Chansky was the director.
Catherine Chansky, folks. You remember her?
We have spent $14,000 on donations to animal causes, on buying vegan dinners for people, and on vegan products.
Can you hear that, folks? $14,000.
We have spent $62,000 on 400 vegan commercials on Channel 6 CBS News.
$62,000.
On Sunday, May 1st, we had one of our exciting vegan parties. People brought their own forks and plates, and we filled their plates over and over again. Follow the Capital District Vegan Network. A vegan diner is presenting a Chat with Glendora TV show on the Pittsfield TV station. The presenter is Sherry Pelletier.
Did you get that, folks? A vegan diner in Pittsfield, Massachusetts is going to be the presenter of our TV show in the Pittsfield Community TV.
With a vegan lifestyle and a television dedication, Glendora is now 94 years old. No doctors and no medication.
And does it give the telephone number?
No.
It doesn't?
Nope.
And does it tell you any jokes?
Yeah. The jokes, number one is, they say teenagers don't know the value of $1, but they do. That is why they ask you for $20. Number two is, a teacher said school used to be fun. The kids brought you apples. Now they drive you bananas. Number three is, behind every successful man is a proud wife and a flabbergasted mother-in-law. Number four is, you can always trust your undertaker. He is the last man in the world to let you down. And number five is, the young boy thought Gatorade was welfare for crocodiles.
The young boy thought Gatorade
Was welfare for crocodiles.
very good. And now is there any telephone number?
Nope.
That's too bad we left that out. Well, gee, thank you, Amy, and thank you for being aboard with us.
You're welcome.
Take care, dear.
Yep.
Hi, folks. This is the 14th day, is it, of May? Let's see, Friday the 13th was, and then Saturday, this is the 14th day of May in the year 2022. And let's see what time it is. It's Saturday.
The time is 7:24 a.m.
Oh, goody. And Leo LaBelle and his family are coming from, some of them live in Shelton, Connecticut, and some of them live in Northampton, Connecticut. And they are coming to rejoice with the maker of the universe, or the universe, our days of 1954. In 1954, Glendora had a children's television show in Manchester, New Hampshire. It was 45 minutes a day, and it was a make-believe ship, and they were make-believe mateys, and Glendora was a make-believe skipper. And it had about, 8 or 10 children on the show. Oh, that was great. And they all were dressed up in little mateys costumes that my mom and my dad made for them. And they would say, Chief Mate so-and-so reporting from such and such. Give a better example than that. Chief Mate John Horton reporting from Goffstown, New Hampshire. And then they would come on and we would do games, and we would do crafts, and we would do commercials. And one of the guests on the show, pretty much a regular, was Leo LaBelle. And his friend, Roland Bilodeau. Leo is now 70 years old. He's carried in his heart, ever since he was 12, the memory of that show, which was the best possible children's show there could be. It was made by the children, it was performed by the children, it was set up by the children. And so Leo is coming, and his wife, and his son, and his daughter. And then somebody else is coming. There's 5 of them coming. And they'll be here at noon. Now, Cassie, you remember Cassie, who went to Cornell for 5 years, Cornell University? Cassie taught me a first aid kind of walk. Glennie can't walk without a walker. So what Glennie does is put her hands on the shoulder of Amy, Then Amy walks forward in little steps, and Glennie follows with her hands on Amy's shoulder. That is probably the best way for a person who is blind or who is crippled to walk. And you take just little tiny steps. And then we're going to have this on the southeast lawn. And yesterday's party was at 86 degrees, delectable. It was weather that just caressed you and loved you. So that's, and what will we talk about? I will ask them, is God the only thing there is? Is there anything else in the world but God? And they will say, oh yeah, the devil. Okay, then I'll talk to them. Well, all right, could I make believe in my life that there is no devil? Could I make believe that God is the only thing? And could I live that? Live in helping others, live in loving, live in being generous, live in being kind to everybody, not just to people now, to all the animals. Can I do that? And, okay, who has the talent? Does the talent belong to you, or does it belong to God? Are you just an expression of the talent? Yeah, that's the kind of things we'll talk about today. The kind of things that you and I have been talking about for what, 50 years? All right, let's see what Google says. Hey Google, what is the temperature, please? Hey Google, what is the temperature, please?
In Nassau, it's currently 66 degrees.
66 degrees in Nassau. This is Nassau, New York, up in Rensselaer County, which is across the river from Albany. Thank you, Google. Google, what time? Hey Google, what time was the sunrise?
Today, sunrise was at 5:34 a.m.
5:34 a.m. Going up to 5:45, going up to 5, and then going to 4:30. And that will be the vernal equinox? No, Glendora. That will be the... Or will it be? The summer solstice. And it's daylight past 8 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey Google, what time is the sunset this afternoon? Hey Google, what time is the sunset? Yeah,
Today, the sun will set at 8:09 p.m.
8:09 p.m. Yeah. Okay, what do we... Yesterday was a victory day. We asked for somebody to come and help us, and God, the universe, sent somebody to come and help us, and she's working out very well. Her name is Amy Diamond, and she does a good job on the inventory. We took the inventory of the things that are under the kitchen sink, and we took the inventory of what's under the kitchen sink, under the bathroom sink. Glennie can't see those things, so she has to carry them in her head. And she's done 6 files on the electronics bench. And she read very, very well your article in the Advertiser, vegan article, the Glendora Vegetarian Club, and that was vegan food that you saw yesterday. It was a vegan hamburger, and it was a vegan macaroni salad and vegan cabbage salad and vegan cookies. It all came from Honest Weight. I wanted it to come from Whole Foods because I'm not that experienced with Whole Foods, and I wanted to get acquainted with it. So we'll have to have another party. Did I tell you, I think the temperature was about 86 degrees and it was delectable. I told you how nice it felt. And then Amy was very good on reading the World Book Encyclopedia. We're in the volume M, and it's 1,000 pages, and we have read over 500 already. And we have a due date to return the book to the Colony Library on June 10th, I believe. So we'll see if we can make that. Over into Pittsfield, we're Pittsfield, Massachusetts, across Lebanon Mountain, and the beginning of the Berkshires. We are reading Compton's Encyclopedia, published way back in 1957. That's fun to read that, the limited knowledge they had. And thinking how we were going to know more and what we were going to know. No mention of computers. And what page are we on there? Volume N and O. We're on page 110. We read a fascinating article about the United States Navy. Wow, what an enterprise that is. Woo! There's a ship named the Enterprise, too, isn't there? And Amy did very well on that. And then we read 5 of Franklin's poems. One was about a mouse named Montgomery. One was about Glennie was coming home. And how she was coming home on the train, and Franklin would meet her at the railroad station. That would be from one of the many, many television shows. Coming home, I think from, or was it from Boston? The summer that I went to Harvard Summer School and took calculus. And then Amy's very good at checking over the errands list. We check that every day, and we add to it and decide what else is needed. There's $70 into the food stamps. There's the heat, the electricity, the Medicaid arrangement was given. Well, the Medicaid arrangement gave the electric company National Grid $425 to Glennie's electricity for the year 2022. And for last year, they gave $385. So that's almost $1,000. Glennie had to forfeit clean energy, and Glennie believes in that. Energy coming from water and energy coming from wind. Yeah, Glennie believes in that. Do you? Of course you do. Of course you do. There was something else I was going to tell you about that. You know how that goes? Medicaid can only give about $1,000 a month. And Glennie's income from heaven from Franklin is about $2,700 a month. So Medicaid subtracts their $1,000 from the $2,700 to make Glennie poor. At $2,700, Glennie was too rich to get Medicaid. So Medicaid subtracts its $1,000 from Glennie's $2,700. And then Medicaid makes Glendora pay that difference. It's called a spend down, and it would be how much? 1,000 from 2,700 is about 1,700. So Glennie has to take $1,700 from the money that Franklin sends from heaven and give it to a trust called NYSARD. And then that NYSARD goes out and pays all of Glennie's bills with that $1,700, and that leaves Glennie about $700, right, to spend on her own. And then Medicaid pays for an insurance company called Nicentia, and that insurance company is to take care of all of Glennie's needs, like the pull-ups, the diapers, wheelchair, a walker, any dentist bills, any doctor's bills, physical therapy. And in addition to that, they pay for Glennie to have 3 helpers. Well, actually it comes out to 41 hours a week of aides. And the 41 hours a week are paid for by an agency called Consumer Direct. And Consumer Direct pays between $13 an hour up to $15 an hour. And they give benefits to the aides. And that's to keep Glennie from having to go to a nursing home. What's a nursing home now? About $1,200 a month, or $1,100, or $1,000? And that's enabled by a thing called a loophole. It was a loophole in the law. As long as Medicaid would see to it that Glennie's expenses were handled by a trust, that could keep, and as long as Glennie had help, had aides, somebody to take care of her, then they could get through that with a loophole. This is New York State. What is it in your state? Do they have that arrangement? Very generous arrangement. New York State. Now, I was telling you how efficient and what good company Amy is. And her hours are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then we have another thing. We have a room, and Glennie's renting that room. The value of that room now in this particular location, Rensselaer County, Village of Nassau, State of New York, is $600 for one room, one bedroom. That's not right, Glennie. It's more than that. Way more than that. It would be like $700 and $800. So I rent the room to somebody, and then I have the rest of the apartment. And the person who rents a room can have the kitchen fully, because I can't go anywhere near a stove. And so a woman called me up about that, and a very interesting woman, and a rather sophisticated woman. She interviewed me for quite a while, and I gave her a full account. And then I said, now when can you come over and see it? She says, yes, I should see it before we talk about it anymore. And another thing, too, from now on, I'm going to have people come immediately to see it because Salvador disappointed me. We gave Salvador 5 days to come and see the job. This wasn't the room. This was the job of running the TV show. And I gave him 5 days to come. And that was too long. In the meantime, he went out and found another job. So the policy now is as soon as they call, come the next day or come today and see it. And meet and greet. Let's see how many minutes we've gone here. So she came, and she said I was charging way too much.
The time is 7:43 a.m.
She said it wasn't big enough. And she had an arrangement of wanting to stay with her boyfriend 4 nights a week and be 3 nights. No, that's not the idea. That's not what the owner of this property wants. The owner of this property wants Glendora to have somebody 24/7. And I told her the hours would be for her to be here from 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. Well, she's too active for that. What we need is a senior citizen who is desperate for a place to live. And who is loving and caring, and somebody that we can help, somebody that we can do a great service for. So we very hastily departed, and with the intent to talk again. Now, Carol said that she's a very attractive lady, and she was blonde and tall and thin. And I don't like the idea of cohabitation when you aren't married. So that's the way that one ended. Oh, and another great thing that happened yesterday was at the Castleton Library. You know where Castleton is? Okay, here we are in Nassau Village, and below us is East Greenbush, and below that is like Wallachia, Niverville, Kinderhook, and below that and over closer to the Hudson River is Castleton. And the Castleton Library is charmingly friendly. And the woman there who takes care of the tutorial for cell phones and computers, the electronic frustrations of today, is Kate. And Kate is going to give us an hour tutorial free. And she's going to teach us how to upload the programs that are on this camera that you're on right now. It's a JVC Averio. And she's going to teach us how to take the programs that are on this camera and put them on a laptop hard drive, and then to take it from the laptop hard drive and put it onto YouTube. And she's going to teach Amy that, and she's going to teach Carol that, if Carol will cooperate. Amy is very cooperative. And then we have the birthday party of May 1st, the 94th birthday party, no doctors, no medicine, and vegan. We have that one to put on the YouTube, and then we have yesterday's, the vegan dinner that Claudia Cunningham bought us, and Margaret Ann bought us from Honest Weight Co-op, food co-op. It is not co-op enough. They sell meat. They believe it's okay to go out and kill an animal. They believe it's okay to torture the animal for all its life and take the animal's rights away. They think that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. And go out and pay people to do it. They just, no, that's fine. Now, is Whole Foods that way, or is Whole Foods completely vegan? Anyway, Kate is a darling, is lovable, and she's going to try to do it by Zoom so that we won't have to go 3 or 4 towns south of here. Castleton is just north of Stuyvesant and Stuyvesant Falls, right on the Hudson River, right on Henry Hudson's River. Nice day, wasn't it? And did you remember that love is God? Yeah. Do you know the truth? That's the truth. That love is God. God is love. And did you have your relationship with God? And did you understand that what God is? You know what God is because you know what love is. Since you were in your mother's arms, you've known that. That's a given. And since love is God and God is love, and you know what love is, so prima facie, you know what God is. And you learn that God is inseparable from you. You and God are always together. You always have been. You are a spirit, and the spirit that is you is never going to die. And it never did die. It goes billions of years backward. Billions of years will go forward. You'll never die. Your spirit will never die. Your body will decompose. Your body will go recycle. But your spirit's never going to die. And did you teach him that God is a talent and you're only an expression of it? And did you teach him that God is only, there's only God, there's nothing else? I mean, if you don't want to believe that, and if you can't believe that, well, then just don't pay attention to egotism, selfishness, and me first. Just turn your back on it and go over here with happiness, helping others, goodness, generosity, satisfaction, fulfillment, creativity. And yes, I didn't tell him that. I should have. The conversation as always went trivial, negative, second rate, ugly. You should have stuck to your guns. Well, today I'll do that. When Leo and Bell and family comes, we'll hit hard on that. And did you tell them that you're one with God? That's the same thing as being you can't be separated from God. And did you tell them that you're one with everybody? The whole world? God, there's only God. And God, the universe, and all of us. We're one. And we're continuous. And we're working together to make the universe better, grow, and glow. And that we're all working side by side to do that in happiness and good nature and cleanliness and fun, and that God is good, the whole universe is good, and that you won't lie, steal, and cheat, and you won't kill animals and hurt animals. You won't hurt anybody. That's what it is to be vegan. Vegan means you live harmlessly, the way Franklin did. Beautiful day yesterday, wasn't it? And the flowers, the forsythia, the magnolia, and somebody said the lilacs are out. Seems awfully early that the lilacs are out. Are there still any daffodils? And Suzanne McCormick sent Glendora a pint of raspberries and a pint of blueberries from the farm down near Yonkers, just north of Yonkers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Patricia was so nice in doing it. And Suzanne, Glennie and all of us together gave Suzanne a lovely new phone. And she can experiment with it as much as she wants and teach herself as much as she wants, because we put in enough straight talk to last until June. What a lovely day. Now, you got a Bible passage? Yes. Do not conform to the world. Do not conform to selfishness, egotism, and me form. Instead, be transformed. Instead of being conformed, be transformed by the renewal of your mind, and that's just what we've been doing now. We've been renewal of the mind. No bad, no second level, no trivial, no ugly. Instead, about the goodness, oneness, allness, wholeness of God, the universe, all of us together. Okie doke. You got any jokes? I'll try to find you some jokes today. You got quite a few jokes yesterday for Cunningham and Margaret Ann. How about a hymn? Are we weak and heavy laden, cumbered with a load of care? We must never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Do thy friends forsake thee? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll hold and shield thee. You will find your solace there. Man came home from work and he said, honey, I'm going to lose my job. The company's found something that will do the work of 5 men. And she said, 1 woman? What are your balances? What's that mean? How much money is there around? Well, in the trust, there's $1,000 to last the rest of this month. The trust will spend that on groceries and telephoning and technical equipment. And then in the bank, there's $400. And then in the pocket, I think there's 200, 300. And then in the food stamps, there's 70. Okay. And Patricia has $2,600, I think, and that's to pay the rent. each month, and we have enough in there to pay the rent for 2 years and 2 months. And Medicaid says that's okay. You don't have to say that for a nursing home because that's a loophole also. Now, may the grace of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit and the love of Jesus Christ be with you and all of those you love. Amen.